Welcome to Mishna study, Masechet Shabbat Perek Yud Mishnah Gimal. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to discuss a woman in labor. Right? Firstly, giving birth to an animal on Shabbat, and then a woman in labor. Firstly, you're not allowed to go ahead and help birth an animal on Yom Tov. Aval Mesa'adin, you are allowed to help. Right? So you're not allowed to go ahead and literally pull the, pull the baby out of the, the baby animal out of its mother. But you are allowed to help, spread the legs, whatever may be needed in that regard. You're allowed to help, a woman in labor, help her give birth on Shabbat. You're allowed to go ahead and call for her a midwife, right? This is miyaledet in Hebrew, mimakom to makom, from wherever it may be, right? Even if it's outside the home. Over there, they didn't really have issues of, driving on Shabbat, but the issue is coming from outside the Tchum Shabbat. Even if she's coming from outside Tchum Shabbat, you're allowed to call her to come on Shabbat. You're allowed to violate, desecrate the Shabbat for her, right? Because it's sakanat nefashot. And really, you're allowed to do anything, right? Whatever she needs, right? You could light a candle for her. You could slaughter an animal for her if she wants to eat. You grind spices. You could tie a rope so she could whatever she needs, right? Whether she asks for it. Or if she didn't ask, right, you're allowed to go ahead and do everything for her. And this, though, is specific to once she is in active labor, right? Right. Once, once really, her water breaks, blood starts to flow. From that moment, right? It's whatever. Once she's in active labor, that's when you're allowed to go ahead and help her. Now, how long does this last for? 3 days. 3 days, you're allowed to help her. Mehalel Shabbat, whether she said she needs, even if she said she doesn't need, you always Mehalel Shabbat her for the first 3 days. Now, up until 7 days, right, from 3 to 7, you're going to be Mehalel Shabbat for her, unless she says, I don't need. If she says, I don't need, then that between 3 and 7 days, then you'll leave it. Now, what about until the first month, the first 30 days? Okay, up until 30 days, even if she says, I need to be Mahalal Shabbat, you're not Mahalal Shabbat for her, because she's no longer considered a, Chola Sheyesh Basakana, rather she's considered a Chola She'en Basakana, right? Or Chola She'en Basakana. Now, because there's no sakana, she's regular sick, but it's not going to lead to death. So therefore, even if she says, I need to be Mahalal Shabbat, we don't do it for her, but we could do it by a goy, right, through a non-Jew. Anytime, this is an important rule, anytime a person's sick, if there's no, immediate danger, you can't be Mahalal Shabbat, but you are allowed to go ahead and ask a goy to do it. Now, when we speak about Hilul Shabbat, if a person is in sakana, you have a cholesh yesh bo sakana, a sick person who is potentially life-threatening, right? We need to violate Shabbat for him. Now, when we say we need to violate Shabbat for him, we're not going to do this through goyim, through ketanim, through nashim, through amaretz. We don't. Rather, we do the Hilul Shabbat because we don't want it to become accustomed, them to be accustomed to being Mahalal Shabbat, just take it. Rather, what do? If we need to go ahead and be Mahalal Shabbat for someone who's in Sakana, we do so al yedei gedolei Yisrael, right? The leaders of Israel, the Talmidei Hachamim, right? Whoever it may be, that's who we tell to be Mahalal Shabbat for someone. If though it's a Cholesh en bo Sakana, if there is no, death, near death, that could come from it, then we say to do it through a goy. Now, the Mishnah continues, you could tie the umbilical cord, right? This is Tanakama. He says you're allowed to go ahead and tie it, but you have to leave it there. You can't cut it. You go ahead and cut it, take care of it, whatever is needed. And all the necessities, whatever is necessary for a Brit Milah, you could also go ahead and do on Shabbat. And this is really going to lead us into the next perek, which we'll learn about all Hilchot Milah, Brit Milah, that's really mentioned over here in the 19th perek of Masechet Shabbat.